seriously. Jesus.
Do you want this to happen to your home? Do you want to see the area around the piers like this?
A lot of people see the climate change as a problem that's unlikely to directly affect them. However, science proves wrong.
So, one of the many things that humanity has faced problem-wise today is climate change.
You're encouraged to think about this problem twice. Human-enhanced climate change has many implications on our Earth, including the evident sea level rise that poses so many risks both for marine life and humans. Satellite data from the late 20th century shows a global sea level increase of around 100 millimeters in the past 20 years.
A report by the Union of Concerned Scientists says more than 20,000 homes across California are at risk of frequent flooding in the next 30 years. Known trouble spots like Marin and San Mateo County have more than 4,000 homes at risk, but areas like Alameda, East Palo Alto, and much of the South Bay could also get hammered.
And imagine, this does not account for events like storms, king tides, or El Niño, which could make the situation even worse.
But Lambertson says climate change coupled with sea level rise is occurring. So today's king tide will eventually become the regular high tide.
When it starts to happen more frequently, it's not going to be exciting. It's going to be a nuisance, and it's going to damage infrastructure and create a lot of problems in our communities.
Visualizing the Bay Area, we have a model of what the sea level was around 18,000 years ago. This is an exact to scale model of what the Bay Area looks like back then. Now, as you can see, the shoreline was at least 19 miles out. But of course, as you go forward in time, we see the rise in the sea level. Until 10,000 years ago, it slowly goes in. It's going inside the bay, the delta, the South Bay, 5,000 years ago. Today.
Well, if we observe the change made 5,000 years ago till today, we're gonna see how the land area around the San Francisco Bay goes underwater. And the place that I'm located right now, it's underwater.
It is predicted that by the end of this century, the sea levels in the Bay Area are likely to rise an additional 90 centimeters. That's half the height of a really tall person.
If there's a rise in sea level for 2 feet, that's 3 feet. That's 4 feet. 5 feet. And that's 6 feet.
The changes, they don't just happen overnight. They're very, very subtle. And they happen little by little, year after year. And then eventually you start to, and right now it might not seem like a lot, but come like 10, maybe even 15 years, things will be a lot different than what you might be experiencing today. So it's very important that we do start taking it seriously now.
If your answer to these questions was no, then it's time to take some action. We can still fight this problem. Since the sea level rise has implications on you, your home, and your health, we can together aim to reduce our carbon footprint and minimize our negative implications on the climate change.